In the pre-summer of 1962, a family of four moved into a new house in Mexico City. Parents with two healthy children, a boy of 10 and a girl of 2, and another one on the way. Life ahead was looking truly positive for them. But what really followed haunts people till this day. The new residence was pretty much empty, besides some junk that was left by the previous owner in the backyard. He asked the family to look after it till he come up with the means to carry it away. Laden with the curiosity of his age, the boy started to go through the junk and found something that caught his attention. He found a shiny container of the size of a paperweight. But little did he know, it was a lead container filled with the element cobalt-60, which had a radiation of 5 curie. The capsule was not properly sealed, and it was so radioactive it can develop cancer in your body within a few days. For the next few weeks, he always kept the capsule very close to him. And when he used to play with his little sister, she would have also played with the capsule. For every single second, the children's bodies were absorbing 200 gigabecquerel of radioactivity. To put that into perspective, 1 becquerel is one atom decaying and spreading radioactive rays in 1 second. So 200 gigabecquerel is 200 times 10 to the power 9 or 11 zeros after 2 amount of atoms decaying per second. Due to this immense amount of radiation, burn-like marks soon developed on the left thigh of the boy. At first, the doctors diagnosed it with some dermatological infection. But sadly, this radiation burn will soon be the least of his problems. Symptoms like nausea, vomiting, internal bleeding, and hair loss followed. Immediately, he was admitted to the Hospital de la Reyes in dire condition. His body went through painful degradation of radiation poisoning and on 29th of April succumbed to multiple organ failure. No autopsy was ordered as nobody had any idea behind the reason of his death. Since April 1st, the boy's mother kept the capsule in a kitchen drawer where everyone's accessibility was unrestricted. In previous cases, the exposure of human body to radiation was always in high intensity but for a short time duration. But in this instance, the unfortunate family was exposed to intense radiation in a prolonged and fractionate manner whose effects were still unknown. The long-term radiation exposure was so intense that it even blackened all the glass tumblers near the drawer. Every piece of furniture in the kitchen absorbed a hazardous amount of radiation. In the meantime, unfortunately, the grandmother, the father's mom, also came to live with them. She wanted to be a helping hand as her pregnant daughter-in-law also became sick in this time. But sadly, on July 19th, the sickness took her along with the baby she was carrying for 6 months. For the mother's condition, the diagnosis was gynecological in nature due to her pregnancy. The little girl's condition was worsening each day, and yet no one in the medical world could figure out the roots of this disease. It was not very well researched in that era, and symptoms can look similar to other diseases. But on August 13th, a physician of Clinic 19 in Mexican Medical College cracked through the puzzle. He connected the symptoms with radiation poisoning. And after the sad demise of the little girl on August 19th, the first autopsy was performed and doctors were horrified. Radiation from the range of 2940 to 5165 rem was found in her body. It was equivalent to 50,000 chest X-rays. This was enough radiation to cause cancer, genetic mutations, and death. For the family, the parade of deaths concluded on October 15th with the passing of the grandmother in the oncological hospital. Strangely, despite all the exposure to the radiation, the father never contracted any sickness or showed any symptoms. He went through countless studies for better understanding of his asymptomatic condition, but the results were inconclusive. According to the investigation, the person who left the cobalt-60 capsule was an engineer. He imported the radioactive source for some industrial use, but for better access, he stripped the original casing. But the makeshift container he put it inside was poorly built. He did return on July 19th to retrieve his stuff from the backyard, but never once he informed the family about the nature of the capsule. Lives could have been saved only if this person had confessed.